Hello.
Oh, guten Abend,
Yes, we're carrying on with this, and we're in one of the more
Africa.
exotic locales this time. Yes, as my colleague rightly says, we're in Africa. I'm going to do something
Colleague.
a little bit different. See, on my phone, I've got a little task thing
Yes, harvest 5 springbok.
in Vuxa, which is a specific locale, which is this bit. Now I've got four. I need to kill one more, and then we're good. Look at all these question marks I've just not gotten around to visiting. Let's go here and let's go check one out while we're hunting.
Okay, okay.
Uh, right, so we want to be, well, we can go down here, can't we?
We can.
Okay,
Springbok, okay, they're like deer, aren't they?
yeah,
Or antelope,
they're
or
antelope type things. The wind is blowing in sort of downwind, so it's not ideal, but hey ho. Mm-hmm. Ah, Africa. No, I have mentioned it quite. I mentioned it before, but I am a little bit perturbed that I can't hunt elephant and rhino and hippo and stuff in this. I don't know why. I can only assume it's because conservationists wouldn't like it because they are endangered.
yeah, I should think that they would have a lot to say about you being able to go and hunt an animal in the game, and then maybe feel inclined to do it for real.
Well, it's not. I mean, it's not.
So I would say that it's probably going to have the opposite effect.
Well, the idea of hunting an elephant isn't particularly enjoyable to me because they're quite gentle and emotive-looking creatures.
You clearly not met my mother.
Whereas something like, say, a side-striped jackal, um, it doesn't quite have the same emotional punch as something as noble as an elephant.
Yeah, it's true. What we should do is we should find more people like was it John Merrick?
The elephant man, poor guy.
Yes, and find more people like him and hunt them instead.
No, John Merrick was, by all accounts, a charming, polite, lovely, intelligent person.
I hear that he looked like John Hurt underneath all the
Mm. Oh,
stuff.
it's just a hide. Well, I don't want to hide, thank you.
I would, what yeah, sorry, yeah, don't hide.
Mhm.
Um, so I uh, I don't normally pick up on these topics because I don't really care all that much for reality TV, which I suppose is technically classifies as.
Is this Love
Um,
Island?
nope,
Oh,
nope. Strictly,
oh yeah.
so it classifies reality TV.
I guess it's like a
It's not
yeah,
really a game show, is it?
like a talent esque thing.
Yeah. Um, yeah, the strictly they lost one of their
Mm.
dancers, not dancers, dancers this week, didn't they?
Mm.
Robin Windsor, who died in his 40s.
Yeah, it was 44, I want to say.
I think that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I know
So, yeah.
Susanna Reid got a bit emotional. I couldn't. That was how she found out. I think she was on Strictly Come Dancing, and she was paired with him. And that's how
Mm,
she found out. And she asked Ed Balls to read it out on Good Morning Britain.
mm.
So yeah, I thought you were gonna mention the thing about Love Island, the All Stars finale only getting 1 million viewers.
No, I didn't know about that because I don't watch them, so I don't pay any attention to them.
No.
If I want to watch attractive people argue about not fucking each other, then well, I'd probably watch that. So I don't want I don't want to see that sort of stuff. If I'm seeing attractive people in
Ha
a
ha
house,
ha
yeah,
ha
I either,
ha ha
I either
ha.
want to be fucking them or be watching them fuck. Simple as that. Congratulations.
No turkeys here to call. Go away. I don't want to call a turkey. I want to shoot a
Love a
thing.
turkey.
Look at him
I can see
jump.
why they're called a springbok.
Yeah, because they're springy.
You missed.
That
You
time I
hit them that
bloody
time.
didn't.
you hit him that last one as well. You definitely hit him.
Yeah, I definitely
once
hit.
at least. You're looking at Cat. Yeah, so that's a thing that happened. Just like I say, it's not. Well, obviously, it's sad news, but it's not something that I'm personally moved by.
Not personally, but as you say, it is sad news. No, it's not a great blood splatter. Unfortunate.
They have at least found a feeding zone, so once things calm down a bit. Did you hear about the drama in the Commons yesterday?
Well, I was sort of hoping you'd bring this up because I sort of skimmed the article.
I've only loosely skimmed it myself. I've not. Oh, it's mostly dead. It was 25 to 50% health there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fairly slight animal. There it is. Fairly slight animal, so it wasn't gonna take too long to go down.
Yeah, I mean, I've only very lightly followed what's.
Every fucking
What is it
time.
with you
I
and
have
your
I
asphalt?
have no idea. I haven't got a bloody clue. Now, fun fact: sometimes there are albino and melanistic versions of animals, which are quite rare. They're kind of like shiny versions, and it's annoying because this is black brown rather than melanistic. And I remember the first time I saw a black brown animal that wasn't usually black brown or just black, and I thought, holy shit, I found a melanistic one, and I hunted it and hit it, and I went out of my way to track it.
I bet it wasn't really
And
worth
then
it.
it wasn't melanistic, so it was entirely fucking pointless.
Wow. So yeah, the Commons thing.
Yes.
What do you know?
Okay, so there was a debate on the Gaza genocide, and it was about a ceasefire. And the SNP wanted to put forward a motion, but the Speaker ignored it in favour of putting forward Labour's amended motion because they were the opposition.
On a day that is supposed to have been a SNP opposition day.
Oh, right.
Which is the key thing, I think.
And there was a walkout, and I think 50 MPs have said they'd sign or have signed a letter of no confidence or something in him.
Yeah, something like that. I'm just gonna find the thing now so I can confirm the numbers because we might have got an updated number since. So I was thinking, I think I was more than 50 earlier. Where is it? There is no formal way. Withdrawal of support from the SNP makes his position precarious. 1 in 10 MPs signing a motion of no confidence. That's not right. That can't be accurate because what it says here is, and with 1 in 10 MPs, almost all Conservative and no, I'm with it. Yeah, I misread it.
What did you think it said?
I was thinking. I thought that the way it was written meant that almost all Conservative and SNP MPs had signed it, but that wouldn't have made sense for the count.
No.
But no, they're saying that of the 1 in 10 MPs, almost all of those are Conservative and SNP. Yeah. Well, yes, he gave MPs a vote on a Labour amendment during a debate allocated to the SNP.
And it's been sort of controversial because apparently there was risk of a Labour backbench rebellion. I think Lindsay Hoyle
angered the SNP instead, who are a smaller party, but they're still the third largest party.
They won't be for long.
Sorry, there's another article that I want to mention afterwards, and because I've got my phone in front of me because I was obviously I was referring to the article, but whilst I was loading up the new page, a pop-up came up on my phone saying that your boy's skinny penis invited you to chat.
That's indicative of the sort of stuff you look at on your phone.
No, that's someone who wants me to put a quote caption on. Yeah, they want me to caption something.
Let's see if we can find a lion today. That might be fun.
That would be nice if you did.
It is
There's
probably the most distinctly African animal available in this.
there's a live news feed on BBC at the moment about a US spacecraft that is attempting a moon landing shortly. The reason why this is important is it is the first, or they're hoping to be the first private company to successfully land a spacecraft on the moon. And it's also taking 125 tiny sculptures made by the US artist Jeff Koons, which would make them the first artworks to make it to the lunar surface.
That's pretty significant, isn't it?
As I would say.
It's a log. Okay. There's a crouch.
As a what, sorry?
I was looking for the crouch button. Sometimes I forget if I think about it too much.
That's fair enough.
Would you ever like to go to Africa?
I'm not averse to going, but I'm not keen. I'm not like really eager to go.
Well, I think I might.
If there was an opportunity to go, and it wasn't going to be more hassle than it was worth to go, then yeah, I'd consider it.
I think people have a lot of like spiritual experiences there. I think there's something about Africa that resonates with the human spirit sometimes. And I feel like I'd be one of those people who goes to Africa and sort of connects with it in some way.
I could see you having some sort of spiritual connection. I mean, don't get me wrong. If there were views like that I could just stand there and just take it in with animals just roaming freely, then yeah, I probably would have some sort of.
Well, there are some sort
moment.
Well, yeah, places like that exist in Africa.
Yeah,
it's a big bloody continent.
There's places in England where the local wildlife just roaming free.
True that.
It wouldn't look the same, but it would be the same overarching experience.
But Africa somehow seems primal. You don't think?
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
That you know, it's the birthplace of humanity. We all have some, you know, distant ancient connection with the place.
And you know how I feel about my hometown.
Well, yeah, but this is different.
You know, I mean, it's individual to the people, isn't it? Some people have a different feel about it to others, and I don't know. Maybe I would have some sort of.
I could see myself. I might actually genuinely consider adding it to the list. I'll tell you what I would like to do. I don't even think this sort of thing exists, but I'd like to do a president's tour in America. Sort of see like all the presidential museums and, you know, Washington DC and all their houses and stuff like that. But I think that's. I mean, there's 45 of the fuckers, like, and they're spread out a fair bit.
For now.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing Washington at some point. We'll have to see. Japan is next on the list, so we'll see about that.
I want to get the loan paid off, and then I will think about A, saving a deposit, and B, going on holiday. The loan's the priority, I would say, before either of those two.
Brought it down.
I didn't see what animal it was. I mean, I saw the animal, but I didn't see what it was called.
It was a gemsbok.
Okay.
It's sort of like I sort of view it as a cross between a wildebeest and an antelope. And so I've got the build of a wildebeest, but the head of an antelope. That looks very fucking promising. I hit something important. That's for darn sure. probably hit it
Right in
a
the
few
asshole.
times.
Where did you get it?
I got it in
Oh,
the spinal
crikey.
cord and then in
Yeah,
the
that'll...
lung just to finish it off.
Not that you needed to.
No.
You didn't get a lot of money for that.
Well, I'm sitting pretty at present.
Yeah, I mean, that's a
86,000.
testament to
I
how many fucking animals you've got. Isn't it?
haven't
Rather
really
than...
spent much. I mean, I haven't stuffed anything. I haven't got any trophies really in my place. I might have to do something like that for the. In the last one we do, I might just spend some time buying 3 trophies out of that. Golly gee willikers. Oh,
It's a turd. Lion turd. Oh my.
the lion was here. A cowardly lion, no doubt.
There's an iron. That's lion. Somewhere.
What's that from?
No, that was... It was loosely Iron Lion Zion.
Mm.
But like not well enough that I expected you to recognise it. You'd have a really good vantage point from the top of that cliff.
I would.
It's a shame that you probably can't get there.
I suspect you probably can.
Oh well, that is your challenge, Ben. To be fair, you wouldn't. You'd then have to get down again, wouldn't you? So it's not really
Yeah, by
worth
the
it.
time I got there, the thing probably would have died of old age.
Just like that Metal Gear Solid game, which I think is Metal Gear Solid 3.
Hmm.
Do you know about that?
No.
There's a boss fight that you have to deal with where it's a sniper on a ridge that you need to sneak up on.
Hmm.
But he's a sniper on a ridge, so he's basically watching you like a hawk. You can find a way of doing it, or alternatively, you can leave the game for like a week, and he'll die of old age.
Right. Huh. He must have been pretty
Yeah.
old to start with then, really. How do you know he's
Well,
died of old age?
oh, I'm pretty sure there's a. I don't know, but I've not played it. It's one of these lists of weird ways that you can take down villains or something.
Hmm. You slowly catch a monkey. It's ironic that I'm sitting here freezing my arse off in this room, and we're in the wonderfully warm African savannah.
It's meant to be quite warm there.
Mm.
But you know how it is.
Mm.
I don't know where I want to go away. I kind of want to go somewhere where I can just see. I'm not like a big beach holiday person,
No.
right? If I'm going away, I kind of I
Do
want
you,
to
do you,
do a
would you
mix
feel
of...
awkward in like swimming trunks and no shirt?
No, I don't think so.
Mm.
Not in swimming trunks and no shirt. I think I'd be fine with that. I
Mm.
wouldn't want to wear anything less than swimming trunks. I'd want trunks or shorts rather than like, speedos or whatever.
A mankini, yeah.
Yeah, that's just not. It wouldn't work.
It's just not. What do you like doing on holiday then?
Well, it's been a long time since I've been on one, but I like to mix the whole. Do like. I think a city break near the sea would be best for me.
You know what I've thought about from time to time?
What's that?
If I trick someone into falling in love with me,
Oh yeah,
and
good luck.
I am consulting witch doctors as we speak. We could rent a villa,
What, you and the person?
and you and your person.
Oh, I'm not swapping keys.
No,
You haven't even got a car.
no, I don't.
Oh, but they might.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. You'd hope so, because it's going to be awkward for you two to get around easily.
I'm gonna go for this one.
But no, I think realistically, like a city break near the sea would be my preference. Because
Would you not want
if
to
I'm...
share a villa with me
Well, it depends where the villa would be.
in Greece
I could do a Grecian
for
villa.
maybe a week? I don't know. Maybe 2 weeks would be too much.
I could potentially do a week. Just don't expect to sleep.
Okay, I changed my mind.
And that's how you get out of it, people. Imply you'll be fucking. Anyway, no, like I don't mind spending a day or two on a beach with like a book and some music and relaxing and that kind of stuff. But I get bored if I've got a week of it.
Mm.
Like there's only so much unless I keep
Jeez.
taking more books, which is valuable packing space.
I'm
Let's be
really
honest.
nailing these gems, Bok. Well, we could go to some a villa in a Greek.
No, like what I mean is like I'd want to go out, like spend a day exploring or
Well,
spend a
yeah,
day
that's what
at a
I'm.
museum or whatever.
Well,
That's what I'm not a. I need the mixture.
well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know, you go to a town, you rent a villa, there's a beach, we can sort of go and do our own things. You know,
Rent mopeds.
go in. I mean, you can, I won't, but you can go into town. We can have,
You
dinner.
wouldn't ride on the back of my moped.
No.
I wouldn't kill us.
Well,
I'd only kill you.
I think it's yeah,
I'd dive off just before we crash off a cliff.
or maybe not. Maybe it would be the most insufferable experience of my entire life.
It might well be.
It probably would be. I don't want to do it anymore.
I could take you to Germany, Ben.
The fuck was that?
Gemsbuck, what was that about?
Mm.
It sounded like a Gemsbuck. Oh, look, it was.
You don't know what a gems box sounds like.
Well, it sounds like that.
Yeah, but you didn't know prior.
No, I saw the thing in the top right and I tried to plug it and I failed because I over exaggerated it.
You disgust me.
Yes, but I disgusted you before, Ben.
Yeah. Where is it? Hmm.
Take you to Germany and I could do all your translating for you.
No, thank you.
Not well, to be clear.
You see, I sort of like travelling on my own to an extent, but I did think when I was in the Maldives, gosh, this, every now and then I felt like, it would be nice if someone was with me to share in this moment.
You need to get yourself a partner. Like, I'm not one for everyone needs a partner sort of mindset, but this is a prime reason as to why you need one.
Yeah. Hey ho,
We need to get you a man and or woman.
Bunny.
Gone.
Oh well. Well, I think that works, don't you? God, Gemsbot really are kind of easy to take down, aren't they?
They really are. But remember, you weren't after Gemsbot, you were after Springbok.
I've got my fifth. That mission has been completed, and
I
I
only saw
did
you
get
a
the
one,
heart.
so
Look at that. That's a good heart shot. I was aiming for that.
I only saw you get the one, so I didn't think you'd got one.
Well, it said 4 out of 5.
Oh, it's not overly clear the writing on my
That's all right.
screen.
I'd previously gotten before. There's another gem spot. Look, I'm pretty sure it is anyway.
Yep.
Yeah.
Get it from here.
It's a fair way away.
Get it from here. See if you can.
I can't.
Try.
No, because the gun's range is 150 meters, and that's like 200 odd meters out.
The effective range.
What's that? Is that a thing? It's a rock.
It's a rock. All right, Charlie Brown.
That just happened a lot, you see.
Yeah, I can imagine it does. Happens a lot in that shooting game that I play sometimes for War 1.
I don't think we're getting that, to be honest. It's moving a old clip.
It's nervous, isn't it?
Because it
So
heard me pump 3 rounds into its mate.
how do you react to cold callers?
I don't really get them, but my manager likes to take the piss. I basically, if I get a call, not that I answer my phone really, or haven't, and I have been more recently, but that's because I'm expecting calls. But I haven't received any cold callers recently. Time was when I got a cold caller, I just say no, thank you, or just hang up. It's not their fault,
I try to be sympathetic. I have repeatedly asked to be taken off call lists.
Yeah, I mean, I do feel for the people who have to do that job because I bet they deal with some pretty pissed off people, and It can't be nice spending your entire working day being shouted at or hung up on
I
or
I
refused.
I did swear at one last week,
Mm,
and I swore at them because it's the same people who I kept saying take me off your call list,
yeah,
and I know they're never going to do it.
yeah.
But I said I keep fucking asking you people to take me
What
off
are
your
they
fucking
trying
call
to
list.
sell?
But I can't even remember what it is. They want me to complete some fucking stupid survey, and it only take a minute of my time, and then they'll never call me again. It's like, don't call me again. You don't call me.
Mm,
I don't want to do it. Don't call me.
mm.
And they're like, well, we. One of them was like, well, we record this message. Ah, fantastic, you're recording this. Take me off your call list. I just, I fed up with it. Sometimes I get them saying, with people ringing up saying, "Oh, we've had information telling us that you've got unsecured debts." And the last time, I just straight up lied and said, "No, that's paid off."
Well, it's not the worst way to do it, to be honest.
Yeah, because they update it at their end. Because what it is they'll be trying to get me to sign up for something, and then you know,
Have you thought about consolidating all your debts into one that charges, 40% interest a month?
well, you see, the opposite of that is what I did with a loan.
Hmm?
The loan
Hmm.
was I had got some debts together that I needed taken care of. I
Yeah.
took out a loan so I could pay it all off, and
Yeah,
then I'm paying off the loan for less than I was.
which is the why. I mean, that is wise. That is prudent.
Yeah.
It seems to me, and I ain't no Martin Lewis.
That's why it sounded like you had more to say.
No, no, that yeah, I'd sort of, yeah, but I mean,
It didn't help that I still had some. I now have got some debt on the credit card, which is part of what I had paid off with the loan. But it's easy to end up like I moved house, didn't I?
yeah,
And that cost money, and I needed to do extra stuff, and cash flow
Jesus,
isn't always correlated with.
I have never seen like 520 meters away. That's quite
Wow.
something as a prediction. Apparently, it's somewhere in that cliff face.
Wow.
But cold callers, I feel bad for him really because it's
I
one of
do
the.
sometimes,
Well,
but
it's one of those professions where people sort of feel like they have the right to be assholes to them. You know, like it's sort of less lower than waiters and shop assistants and fast food people.
I don't like snapping at them. But I am fed up of telling them I'm not interested.
Well, it's sort of in the same vein as traffic wardens, really, isn't it? And I think a lot of these people who snap at them, a lot of them, not necessarily you, but
No.
who snap at them regularly are just assholes who just need the right excuse.
Mm, probably.
Mm.
But
This is
no,
not
I
the
blocked the
right way
number
to
as well.
climb this thing, is it?
No, it's not. But
I should
I
go
mean, you'll get there.
I climbed.
I blocked the number as well. So
Owie.
eventually, oh, that was close.
I
Another couple of feet, you'd be dead.
I climbed a mountain in a different map because sometimes there's little hidey things in these little antique souvenir things,
Hmm.
and I found a note that said on the mountain directly opposite this one I left my treasure or something like that. Of course, I picked the wrong mountain. It was
Okay.
massive. It took me like about an hour to get to the other side and climb to the top of it. And it was not an easy mountain to climb. It was sort of like this. And I had to sort of find a path that I could jump up. Of course, I was fuck all up there. I was like frozen over at the top. I'd basically climbed Everest.
Well,
But I,
don't you mean Eve Ray ST?
what?
Eve Ray ST.
Go on then.
When we did the Puzzgrid last week.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. Sorry, I thought this was one of your little things,
No, I was
like scone
reminiscing when
or
I did
squan.
something clever.
Yeah, no, that was clever.
Oh,
Yeah, I need to go right round. But yeah, I mean, I cheated and found out the right mountain. I did it that way.
I'm
Yeah.
tempted to see if I can install this on the Steam Deck and run it because it doesn't necessarily. When it says that something won't run on it, it doesn't not 100% true.
Mm.
Like it says that war game that I play won't run on the Steam Deck, but actually, I can only play it on the Steam Deck
Mm.
because the PC can't handle it.
Mm.
So, you know. I might give it a go.
Well, I would recommend this game. I mean, I'm not even playing it as well as, well, nearly as well as any. This is very amateur level play. I mean, I should, by rights, I should have upgraded my gun, fucking ages ago. I'm not sure I'm putting my skills and perks into the right section, and I'm not the best hunter, but I just enjoy wandering around the map finding stuff to shoot, and it's very rewarding after you creep up on something and get a good shot off on it, like those gems block. That was good.
Hmm.
So, yeah,
If I can get it to play, maybe we could have a hunting trip together.
yeah, that would be fun.
We could go to Africa together.
Yeah, yeah, like Toto.
Yes. Are you blessing the rains?
No,
He doesn't know
no,
a fucking thing about Africa, does he?
Africa's lovely.
There's a woman at work who, when she asks for someone she says she's going to put someone on hold, she asks them to hold the line,
Hmm.
and so I always think of Toto, like just literally every time.
Yeah, that was his one line in Wizard of Oz, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Hold the line, Dorothy. Hold the line.
Before the horrible incident where we got turned into a dog.
Mm.
Mm.
Ah, tree.
Did you hear about the satellite that was decommissioned?
No.
Technically, it was decommissioned in 2011, but it has finally re-entered Earth's atmosphere and burnt up / crashed down yesterday. Apparently,
Mm-hmm.
it was the ERS-2, which is I can't remember exactly what it did, but it was one of those that was involved in helping map weather and the ozone and stuff like that way back in the day. It was a grandfather satellite,
Oh.
and it's taken about 13, 14 years for it to actually get back into the atmosphere after they started the descent. This is crazy that they'd leave something up there for that long intentionally.
Well, I mean, it's a fucking pain in the ass to get stuff down from there.
Surprisingly easy to get stuff down from there.
Yeah, just get on
Just
the
use a
of the
little bit
gun.
of fuel to bring it low enough, and it does itself. And that's basically what they did, but they can speed up the process quite a bit more.
Mm.
They've lost contact with a different, like the ERS-1. So apparently, it could take potentially 100 years for it to enter the atmosphere at the current rate. 100 years, Ben.
Well, I look forward to, the dolphin people who have inherited the Earth after we're gone, working out what the fuck that is when it lands
Or
on
the
them.
mice. Could be mice.
Yeah.
Or cockroaches.
Or octopi.
Oh, they are meant to be clever.
They are clever. You gotta keep your eye on them.
Yeah. I kind of feel like if I had a large enough space for like a big old fish tank, for a miniature aquarium, I think I'd want an octopus.
What would you call it?
I don't know, but I feel like it would either. I don't want to go down the apes route because, like, if you were to call it something like Oscar, perhaps it's sort of like Osk. I could call it Esteban.
You need to think I've gone completely the wrong way here. I'm not going to bother with this. Let's go down here and we'll explore west here.
What would you call an octopus?
Sergeant Suckoff.
Okay.
No, I would call it. I don't know. I don't know whether I'd call it anything.
I mean, who are we to name an octopus? Maybe you could give it the means to try and spell out a name for itself.
Yes, that's a nice idea. Just throw some blocks in its. Well, you'd have to set something up with like food, wouldn't you? And then record it and see which one it went for. The first few, and make a name out of that, or an anagram or something.
What you do is you give it a great big bucket of fridge magnets with letters. And like all the letters, maybe make a half dozen of each.
Well, you've got to what's your cut-off point there? What if it takes everything out?
Uh,
You know,
well, then it's a bloody long name, isn't it?
you record it and you take the first. I don't know. You figure out what the average number of letters in a first name is.
I should think it's 5.
It's not look that up. I'm curious.
Average first name length, yeah.
Yeah. See, that doesn't sound too far off, to be honest. You may well be right.
The average length of letters started from. Hang on. In the US, it's 6 apparently. The second most common first name is 5, and then 7.
Mm.
So 5 wasn't far off, was it? And let's be honest, considering how close those 3 numbers are, it's basically right.
Well, I suppose really what you do is you find the longest surname, don't you?
So it's really it all depends what average we're talking about.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Was it mode, median, and mean? The mode is which one's the most popular.
Yep.
The median is the midpoint, and the mean is you add them all up and divide by the number that there are.
Yeah, which I think is the only appropriate.
Yeah, I do.
One to use in a circumstance like this, because then you eliminate your outliers.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, median is literally which number is in the middle. If you put every single number.
But it's not even which number's in the middle if you include the gaps. It's which one's in the middle of the ones that we've had.
Mm.
Which is just absurd.
Mm.
But yeah, no, I would have gone with 5. Well, I did go with 5, but I'm content enough with that answer. Is that what can you do about your health? Do you have to nap?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
that's quite low.
yeah, I mean, as I said, I think a while ago, there's no real penalty for dying aside from sending you back to the last checkpoint. You don't lose any money. You don't lose any weapons or ammo.
I don't want you to find a lion and then.
Well, I've never been attacked by a lion. I've seen footage of people. Well, one guy who stumbled upon a lion in the bush and then proceeded to shoot it point blank range with a bow and arrow and kill it, and that was pretty impressive.
I feel like you would be annoyed if you stumbled across a lion, it kills you, and then you couldn't find it again, because it would be your luck for it to attack you.
Well, look, I am sort of, if I stumble upon a lion, it's to your benefit, not to mine. I've seen him before. I killed him before. Killed a couple.
I know, but
3, I think.
a thruple?
Yeah, 2 males and a female, I think, if I recall.
Ah, well, the devil's thruple.
Mm.
I jest, of course.
Oh.
Colleague of mine got fired yesterday.
Oh,
I don't. Hang on, I should rephrase that. A colleague of mine, as of yesterday, around about lunchtime, no longer works with us.
All right.
Officially speaking, we haven't been told that they were fired, but given the context and the information that I do have, I would say that they were fired.
Why do you think they were fired?
Well, I feel a bit uncomfortable about this. Not me and you conversation.
Because it was actually your fault.
No. Shortly after someone came back from a meeting that had happened with the person who no longer works with us, they were talking about them no longer working with us and why, and stuff like probation periods and stuff like that. And it's like, well, it's not really any of my business.
Yeah.
It feels like it's not my business why they no longer work with us. You know?
It's not unreasonable.
And this is an open conversation in the middle of, literally in the middle of the office.
No, it's not. I mean, that's the sort of thing I feel like if it happened in our place of work, I may well ask my team leader, and she'd probably tell me in like a hushed tone, and she
Yeah,
wouldn't give details.
no, absolutely. But
It'd
it's not.
be, or I'd hear it from someone else who heard it from someone else.
Yeah,
I hope I don't get
like
fired. I love my job.
I heard through the grapevine that someone no longer worked with us, having failed a drug test.
All
But
right.
I heard it through the grapevine rather than hearing it. Some came up in conversation
Mm,
at the Christmas meal.
mm.
And that's how I found out. It's because they were talking about it there.
So what? Okay. Well, I mean, I've expressed jokingly, but not jokingly, fears that I'd get fired, and my boss has reacted with sort of incredulity. She said you wouldn't. She said, "Why would you get fired? Only if you had like a massive personality change." Is what she said,
Oh well, that's
which
not
is
bad.
promising. I feel like my the person above my like proper manager, not my team leader. I think he likes me well enough. There was a there was an incident where our opposite team in a different area, they uh,
Mm.
they asked a question and the team leader was away, so my manager asked me,
Oh well,
which I feel like that bodes well.
yeah.
Um, that I was their next go-to.
Mm.
Um, yeah, I like. Well, I hope I'm cultivating this idea that I will just get shit done if you ask me to.
That
I'm
is
reliable. Knows the processes, doesn't cause a fuss, believes in what we're trying to do. Takes
that
shit
is
seriously.
generally the image that I think people have of me. Although
Mm.
I will sometimes cause a fuss.
I'm not. Obviously, I'm not going into details. I.
Right in the ass
It's.
again.
It's not. I promise you, it's not intentional.
I'm not. I don't believe you. No, I know what it is. It's they're running away from you, aren't they?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. A lot of the time, I'm creeping up on them, or they're running away from me, and I'm hitting them in the rear. But anyway, yeah, as we discussed, and we're not going into details. I.
No, 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 of
I
course.
had to raise. Well, I sort of caused the first, but I. My view is I don't really work for my team leader or my manager. I work for the
The
organization.
institution.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I have a duty that if I have concerns, I should raise them as appropriate. Doesn't mean
Yeah.
I'm not going to do what I'm told, but I think it would be negligent of me to not to do that, even if it turns out that there's nothing to it and they're easily explained. I need to do this, and I hope people understand that. It's not. I'm not trying to be difficult. I'm not trying to be an arsehole. I'm not trying to question the judgment of my betters. I'm just trying to, you know, do the best I can.
Mm.
And I think that's the sort of employee you want. Although I'm sure many managers would say, no, I just want someone who's just going to keep quiet and do their job, and I never have to think about them. Just what I tell you.
I take the initiative
That's
a
just another
lot.
hide.
And a lot of people come to me instead of my line manager for questions that they should really be asking my line manager
Oh, they
about.
won't like that.
No, she doesn't. She hates it. But there's nothing I can do about it.
No.
If they come to me, they come to me, and there's no point me saying, "Oh, really,
Well,
you ought to go to."
as
If I
ma-
if I just know the answer
uh,
and just fucking tell them the answer, I'm not here to play office politics. In fact, I think I said something very similarly in the similar to that in that meeting that I had
mm,
a couple of weeks back.
mm. Well,
I was,
as Machiavelli said, don't outshine the master, because you're only going to make them resentful, and then they'll fuck you over when they get the chance. That's a problem with organisation. I mean, I've said it before. I have a feeling that the bulk of people in the working world, their number one priority, isn't doing a good job. It's something else. Doing a good
mm,
job might well be second or third, but I think a lot of them either want to climb the career ladder or just want to get through the day. And obviously,
see,
it varies from day to day, but I think that's probably truer of more people than you think.
I know there are absolutely days where I just want to get through the day.
Yeah.
Days like today
Mm,
where I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. My own fault, but it
mm,
doesn't change the fact that I didn't get a lot of sleep. and everything I tried to do, not because of my lack of sleep, everything I tried to do just wasn't doable. I couldn't do it.
Mm.
So like, one of a someone had in a file where we put dates in for when we've finished processing charges.
Mm.
Someone had pasted values whilst it was filtered.
Oh.
Yeah, and so all the date, well, not all the dates, but a massive chunk of dates were against one particular date,
Mm.
and I rely on that information being correct so I can do what I do with that file for
Mm.
our month-end accounts.
Mm.
But it's not the month-end accounts I'm trying to do; it's for year-end accounts. So it's even more important because it's the one time where it has to actually be 100% correct because it's the time that the auditors are going to look at it. You know,
Shall we shoot Pumba?
might as well. So yeah, so they've had to fix that. But there's nothing it's not my fault that that's not right. You know, if I'm expecting the filter to come out to like 1 mil, and it comes out to 7.5, then that's not my fault that it's wrong.
No.
But it did mean that I couldn't work on that file while they were sorting it all out. And like I say, other crap just getting in the way of what I couldn't do.
Mm.
So on the face of it, I didn't achieve an awful lot today, but I did get through the day.
I was surprisingly busy today.
Oh, no, don't get me wrong, I was busy.
Given that it's well, not exactly our peak time. It was half term, but a lot of stuff came through for like trips and various other things that I had to sort. It was, weirdly busy day.
I
Managed it all right.
I didn't tick a lot of things off for task list today.
Mm.
Like other than like the daily task list that we have, where I ticked off all but the one, like it's one particular job that I couldn't do it today even if I wanted to
Look at that
because of the nature
mane
of
of hair. Look at that.
Yeah.
Nice big tusks as well.
So I was busy. I was basically flat out until about 1:30.
Mm.
At which point I said, "Look, I'm going to go get some food."
Yeah.
Because I hadn't had lunch because I didn't take anything for lunch. I could have had a cup of soup, but I didn't want a cup of soup. I wanted something better because it's been one of them days.
Mm.
So I went to Greg's, got myself a tuna baguette.
Are the Gregs in the town?
No, the Greg's that's around the corner from the office.
Where is the office? I suppose you can't really
Near
say.
the, you know the village with the big shopping, the big shop. You know the Morrisons.
Yeah. It's
near
like
there.
there's like an industrial estate near there, isn't there?
Yeah. Well, basically, opposite the Morrisons, on the opposite side of the roundabout, you've got a Starbucks and a Greg's.
Hmm.
And my work is basically behind the Greg's and a little bit down the road.
Mm.
So it's convenient.
Mm.
I keep getting the chicken shawarma thing that they do.
Is it good?
I enjoy it. It's tasty. It's got a little bit of a kick to it. Bit of salad in there, and it's low in calories.
Well, speaking of sort of fast food, we're getting a Burger King near us. And look at all the Cape Buffalo.
It's running at you, Ben. You're getting a Burger King.
Yeah, we're getting a Burger King near us.
You want to sidestep that?
And where it gets fun. And I need to concentrate on this. I hope you understand.
Okay. You should just let it go. Let my people go. Why haven't you pulled out your second gun? See, that was effective.
I guess. Hey!
So many fucking shots. Shoot it in the ass.
You know, this is actually kind of fun. You think this is how Teddy Roosevelt did it?
Yes, absolutely. How is it not dead
I
yet?
don't know, because it's just flesh wounds. Maybe for the head, but
Oh, it almost got you there.
yeah, I know. That's why I shot when I did. Hey!
Right, where all the
Oh my
Benedictine?
fucking Christ!
Fucking hell. You did hit it in the skull.
Yeah, this was death by 1,000 cuts. Apart from that one, which was all right. That one got it in the lung. Yeah, this was death by 1,000 cuts.
Christ.
Still got silver on it, which is pretty neat. And you got to see the shotgun in action.
Yeah, which I'm sure you've used it before, but not often.
I used it once when I started, and then I just sort of favoured the rifle because it was easier.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, we're getting a Burger King in town.
Hmm.
Well, we had a Burger King in town. It moved because nobody was going to it. We've got like like a proper shopping estate area, with loads of fast, like McDonald's is there, Pizza Hut is there, and with KFC there too. Apparently, Burger King used to be there. It's now moved back because the Frankie and Benny's has gone. And of course, I drive through there. I say I drive. I go through there on the bus on my way to work, so I get to see it being developed. And they've got the signs up, the Burger King signs up, and I was so excited. I just about jizzed in my pants.
See, I don't. I think I favour McDonald's over Burger King.
Nah, I no. I prefer Burger King fries. I like the fact they do onion rings, and I think the burgers are better. I know it's more expensive, but every time I eat at McDonald's, it doesn't seem to fill me up. It's a bit too light and airy for me.
Yeah, I suppose maybe. I mean, I feel like if I go to Burger King, I'm going to get a Whopper, right?
Is that a
That's it.
euphemism?
No, sadly
Do
not.
you just really like Ronald McDonald?
No, that's not Burger King, is it?
Do you really like the Burger King?
Honestly, I can't believe you.
What?
No, whereas if I go to McDonald's, I will actually think about what I'm going to have. Sometimes I'll have a wrap. Sometimes I'll have a Big Mac. Sometimes
Mm.
I'll have a whatever the special thing is. It's not, but if I go to Burger King, I'm just getting a Whopper.
I have gotten the same thing from McDonald's ever since I grew out of the Happy Meal
Really, what is it?
some 8 months ago. I get a large,
Only really eight. I thought it was only four.
no, a large quarter pounder with cheese. Large quarter pounder extra value meal with cheese. And I, of recent, because I'm a greedy goose, I get that and then an extra portion of large chips or medium chips because I get the large quarter pounder meal.
You see, I
A
feel like maybe that might
McFlurry
be your problem.
and a banana milkshake. Go on.
I feel like that might well be why you're not getting filled up by the food. That is not by
The
Ronald
Whoppers.
McDonald.
Yeah, go on.
Because like you're having a let's face it, it's not an overly large burger.
I got a double Whopper once. Double Whopper, double quarter pounder. That was.
Yeah, but I
That
mean
felt
that is smaller
decadent.
than a Big Mac, isn't it?
Well, I'm not an animal.
Okay, but like I understand that this isn't what I would order if I was doing it today. But my go to order used to be like either a Big Mac or whatever the fancy burger that I wanted. Say fancy, but like a special burger
Mm. If
with like as a
that's
large meal
not some sort of safe zone, I don't know what is.
as a large meal, and then like a McChicken sandwich or
Oh.
something, or mayo chicken or something on the side.
Mm.
So you, as far as I'm concerned, you've got half a meal there.
Well, I may have to consider it. I mean, at present I live too far away from McDonald's to deliver. Though KFC, which is just like literally opposite it, there's only like a small road in between the two. That
Mm.
delivers to me. The KFC
I can't
doesn't,
get
or
KFC to deliver to
McDonald's
me here.
doesn't. So I'm hopeful Burger King will deliver to me while I'm here. When I move, I'm very hopeful I'll be able to get both. And who knows, maybe that will replace my Chinese as a more
I
affordable alternative.
I am literally 5 minutes drive down the A road from the KFC that we have here, and they won't deliver to me
It's weird, isn't it?
just because I'm on the opposite side of town.
Mm. I don't know why
So,
that is.
oh, you've got a thingy popped up.
Oh yeah, Paperweight's playing Left 4 Dead 2.
Yeah, high paperweight.
I don't know who that is really. I know years ago, like I think when I was at uni, I played like one game with them. We all enjoyed it. We played another one. We did friend requests. That was it.
What happens in it?
Hmm.
That's what happens, isn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, that was it.
Um, this will be very late comment to make given when this video is going to go out.
Hmm.
But they started the F1 testing yesterday.
What are they testing?
Well, what they do is on the Bahrain track, which is the one where the race is going to be next week.
Hmm.
They let them take the cars out that they've done the work on the actual track,
Mm.
so they can performance test it properly. But the trouble is, it's public. It's public access, or at least it's recorded. So the sports people that report on sport get to see it at least. Um, so which means that the other teams get to see it, and we can start making judgments about how things are going to go over the course of the season. Today, two different cars hit a piece of debris from the track.
Mm.
And yesterday, Max Verstappen, who is the current world champion, set the fastest time on the track, and for a while was a whole second faster than everyone else.
That sounds good, doesn't it?
Well, it's good for him. It's not so necessarily good for the sport because the thing is, I don't necessarily agree with it in the grand scheme of things, but there are some people who feel as though it has become like him and his team that he's in are winning it, and it's not necessarily that interesting anymore because it's going to be them that win it.
Mm.
Now, I feel like those sorts of people that make that comment should have had an issue with when Lewis Hamilton won it 4 times in a row,
Mm.
or when Michael Schumacher won it 4 times in a row, or people. If you have an issue with one person doing it, you should have an issue with anyone who does it, right?
Mm.
So I'm not that fussed that he's winning it. My objection is that there are times when he has won it by 20, 30 seconds
Mm.
at the end of a race, which, okay, in a lap, if there's a 57 lap race, which the Bahrain is, if he's a second a lap faster than everyone, that's going to happen, right?
Well, speaking of driving,
Hmm. Oh,
I've got a quad
okay.
bike.
Fair enough.
I haven't used it
Uh,
yet in one of these videos, um, but I want to get to here, and it's going to take me fucking ages to do that walking. Now the problem with this is that it's going to scare fucking everything away
it is. I was just thinking it.
because it's loud as fuck.
It is a bit loud.
Yeah, but it'll get us there quicker.
So yeah, people take issue with him doing as well as he is doing
Mm.
because it makes it seem not. It all of last season was a race for second place. The entire season was a who's going to be second because that's the thing we don't know,
Well,
and that's not what you want really.
it's not ideal, but it can't really be helped.
No, it can't be helped. But like even I was seeing just scrolling through TikTok last night, and there were people who are fans of Max who were saying, look, what we need is for him not to be the fastest person on the track right now.
Mm.
At least let us think that maybe it's going to be a season where we can have a real competition rather than what we got last year, which just wasn't really much of a competition for first. I mean, he had more points. He had more than double the points of his teammate, and his teammate came second. That's how wide open that gap was.
Who would you say are the greatest F1 drivers of all time?
Well, I mean, you'd have to say Schumacher. You would have to say Hamilton. Vettel. It's probably up there. Alonso should be up there. My knowledge prior to like Schumacher really being in it is limited, but I would say Senna should probably be on it. Prost, Alain Prost should be on there.
Elaine?
Alain, Alain,
Why are there no women F1 drivers?
because it just hasn't happened yet. There's women in F2.
It's
There's not
very,
been women
it's
in
a bit
F1 yet.
strange when you think about it, because it's not even one of those sports where you can argue that, it's not like football where you could present an argument that would make sense to, a fair amount of people that it's
I
biologically incompatible to have people of opposite genders competing in the same team or whatever.
there is possibly. I don't like it as an argument, but women's weight fluctuates a lot due to water retention, and in particular times of the month, they put on weight or lose weight as the case may be.
Periods.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the trouble is, Formula One is such a weight relevant game. Like, there is a minimum weight that the car has to be, and what they want is to have it be as close to that as possible. And you've got to factor in the driver. And the trouble is, if your driver's weight is fluctuating, if it isn't consistent because of biological functions, perfectly natural biological functions that shouldn't hold them back, but possibly do. I'm all for it. I'm all for women in Formula One. In fact, I said in one of my videos that it's past time that we've made it happen.
It is, yeah, it's a bit silly, isn't it?
In fact, I've seen some people criticising a female commentator that I see in the footage I watch. Her name is Danica Patrick, and she is a former Indy 500 driver.
Oh.
So she has got racing driving experience.
Credentials.
And people give her shit and criticize her and say, "Oh, why would we possibly listen to her?" And I said in this video, like, if you're paying attention to me, if you're watching this, you absolutely should be paying attention to her because she actually knows what she's talking about.
Yeah, I always find that strange. It's like how Sue Perkins got death threats for being not even like being seriously suggested for Top Gear, but there were rumours that she might be.
It's just ridiculous. Some people just don't seem to. Yeah. Some people are just bastards, aren't they? That's the problem.
They are.
But,
give the mosquitoes sentence. That's what I say.
Well. I'll tell you who was a real someone that.
Oh, hello, Charlie. What's this? I thought it might have been a lion.
Not much difference.
No, well, it looked, that sort of shade of yellow.
Have you heard what Prince William wants?
He wants peace in the Middle East.
Yeah, I mean,
and a bloody good pegging, I imagine.
Well, if it was a toss-up between peace in the Middle East and getting pegged, what do you think he'd pick?
I think we know what he's done. He's peace. Done well. There's a a chance one is going to happen. He is actively working towards one.
You see, I think it's probably a bit easier for him, given his status, right? As heir to the throne.
Well, we all want bloody Pete. Well, I say we all want. I wouldn't mind it, on the whole, But
what, for pegging?
No,
because that's meant to go in the hole.
Yeah, I gather. But
I just think it would be quite easy for him to find someone to peg him, given him the fact that
he's got someone to peg him. Have you not heard the rumours?
That's what I mean. Like that's like the average person. If you specifically went to try and find someone to peg you, I can guarantee you would have a difficult time. Not because of who you are, but because it's not a thing that a lot of people are surprisingly that open to.
Well,
there's not a large market.
What I hear, he has a society mistress. I heard rumours that Kate Middleton wasn't that into it and is kind of fine with him. She doesn't really want to peg him.
Yeah, and that's fair enough. I'm pleased that it's working for them, which I'm assuming it is.
I just don't like him.
No, it's weird, isn't he?
It's just another hide.
Yeah.
Just another manic Monday. Anyway,
He wants Middle East peace. That's fair enough.
well, yeah, of course it is, but it's just bullshit, isn't it?
Mm.
He's saying that. Would he do much to contribute towards it? Probably a bit, but not enough
Really,
for any sort
the
of
term
substantial gains or anything.
the term Middle East is sort of outdated now, isn't it?
I don't know. Is it?
I'd say so. It's not really in the middle of the known world, is it?
No. You see, there was a time. I mean, I've been to Istanbul Airport, and
Not Constantinople.
no, Napoleon said that Istanbul should be the capital of the world, but that sort of
Well, back
no.
then it was sort of the centre of
Well,
the
yeah,
known landmass, wasn't it?
Africa,
So
Asia, and Europe, but
that sort of makes sense.
America and Australasia sort of fucked that up, haven't they?
It was the pathway between, or the gateway between
Yes,
Europe and
that was your
Asia,
trading
at
point
least.
between, you know, and Egypt. Don't forget Egypt. I mean,
Well, yeah, of course.
time was all sorts of shit was pouring out there.
Hmm.
You know,
The sun
that
is a
was
deadly laser.
that was the granary of the Roman Empire was Greece. Egypt.
And now look at it.
Oh, speaking of sort of Egypt, I learned a poem off by heart.
Did you really?
Yes, I mentioned I was sort of keen to learn Ozymandias. Well, I learned it. Would you like me to recite it?
If you want.
Okay, I'll see if I can remember it.
Be embarrassing if you can't.
Well, we'll do our best. I met a traveller from an antique land who said, "Two vast and trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert. Near them, on the sand, half sunk, a shattered visage lies, whose frown and wrinkled lip and sneer of cold command tell that its sculptor well those passions read which yet survived, stamped on these lifeless things, the hand that mocked and the heart that fed. And on the pedestal these words appear: My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look upon my works, ye mighty, and despair. Nothing beside remains. Round the ruin of that colossal wreck, boundless and bare, the lone and level sands stretch far away." The end.
Ooh. I'm
Uh,
going to assume you got it right.
yeah, I did. Sometimes I stumble over the hand that mocked and the heart that fed. I get those mixed up sometimes. And that last bit about the ruin, the colossal decay of that wrecked ruin or whatever. Did I get that right? I don't think I did. Around the ruin of that colossal decay. I think I said that. Around the decay of that colossal ruin, it should be. Oh well.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm basically there. But no, it was good to. Am I even going to bother?
No, I'm going to take you 10 minutes to kill the damn thing.
I missed for a start.
That ain't going to help.
It probably would have
11 minutes.
May well have continued running.
I'm just waiting to see another news alert for the landing. Because it is. Oh, God. Didn't mean to do that. There's a communications blackout with the lander.
Oh dear.
But it doesn't necessarily mean that it's failed.
Might I take it you're out of topics now?
No, I've still got two more, but this is interesting to me.
Fair
Possible
enough.
faint signal detected from the Odysseus antenna.
You do like your space stuff, don't you?
I do. It's interesting. I was saying to someone yesterday that I'd quite like to. If I could go to space, I would. But realistically, it's never going to happen. It's not going to be like cheap and accessible for members of the public in our lifetime. I don't think.
Well,
no matter how much effort they try.
Well, no. I mean, it's very fucking different. But commercial air travel. I mean, look how that's changed. Within a lifetime. So I
Yeah,
wouldn't completely rule it out, but I mean the
I don't anticipate it happening
no, I
because the
mean
trouble is there needs to be the infrastructure there for you to go to.
well, yeah, and it's a completely different environment, isn't it? With
Yeah.
intense pressures.
So
It's the most hostile natural environment, I guess.
yeah, because there is no surviving it if
Sounds
you end
like
up
a black
losing it,
hole.
really.
Oh, hello.
But like I was saying, that realistically, if it was an option, I'd love to be like a space lorry driver, delivering shit to places in space. I would do that.
Well, I do every now and then. I fantasize about having my own spaceship and just finding some quiet corner of the universe, of which there are many, and just sort of hunkering down and just sort of ignoring the rest of existence and living out my
Mm.
life in eternity somewhere, in the void. That would work for me, if I'm honest. I think like we should really get two lives on Earth. One for like a proper one, and then one where we just, you know, enjoy it. Our retirement life.
Yeah.
That would be fun. We just don't take things too seriously. I'll spend this first life doing all the things, doing all my writing and stuff, and then my second life I'd probably just sleep.
I've heard the team confirm that Odysseus has successfully landed near the south pole of the moon. A monumental moment for US firm Intuitive Machines and for the wider US space sector. They are the first private company to successfully land a spacecraft on the surface of the moon.
Oh fuck! Ah, God, fucking damn it!
It's been over half a century since the US landed on the moon.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Hmm.
But yeah, I'd be a space lorry driver and deliver shit. That's what I'd want to do. In fact, I say that, but I get bored when I play Elite Dangerous.
Uh,
But then again, I was playing Elite Dangerous before I really got into listening to audiobooks. So actually, maybe I should just do
I'm
that
not.
and listen to audiobooks.
I'm not
Because
fucking doing that.
all you really do is either combat or delivering. And you saw me with playing my truck lorry game. I was living that for ages,
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah, I do remember. I think you should do it again for this.
I? Trouble is, the deliveries that I get, they take like 4 hours.
Do
Like real hours.
a little over a quarter of one. You can't opt for a few smaller ones.
I mean, I can, but they're not cost effective, and I'm running a business here, Ben.
You thought about people trafficking?
I'm not at liberty to discuss that.
Is that a mod?
Probably.
Hmm.
No, I mean, I could do it. I'd have to, you know. I've got employees in that game. It's been a while since I played it, so but I've got employees, and they
You got a HR team.
no, I am the HR team.
That's not good.
No, it's not because
Do you have to fill out tax returns?
thankfully not. I'll tell you what, the boss keeps harassing me though.
I thought you were the boss.
Exactly.
All right.
Can't keep his hands off me.
Ugh.
He's touching me tits right now. Just because I'm leaned forward with my arms crossed.
Wow.
I'm not being inappropriate. You know that way that you can sometimes have your arms crossed so that you're sort of half cupping a boob.
You fucking bastards. Come here, you pricks.
Ramming speed. Well, I did more damage to you than you did to them, I should think. But no, I think my plan is this. It's not this. For the last few videos of Shipbreaker, 5 videos for The Walking Dead, because that's how long it'll be if I do all 5 episodes. And at least then we'll have the cliffhangers. Because you'll want cliffhangers, won't you?
I guess.
Oh, it's a reason for people to come back. You can find out what happens with Lee and Clementine. Bum bum bum.
It's
So
fucking.
yeah,
This is the one that killed me last time. I'm sure of it.
and then after that, I think I'll do the first of the 2 Star Trek games. But I don't know how long that's going to take me.
Well, I did. I did honestly consider taking a break from this tonight and doing something a little different.
How many
Uh,
more places have you got?
we've got. I think it's like North. We've got Germany next,
Hmm.
then Norway,
Okay.
then Russia, then
Hmm.
Australia, then New Zealand.
Okay.
You know what? I'm never going to catch up with this thing. I wish it had just turned and attacked me. At least then I could. Although 50% to 75%, I might just keep it up.
Yeah, it's gone from a run to a trot.
Hmm.
Hmm. What is your next thing? Is it going to be another Yu-Gi-Oh thing?
Well, that was going to be the thing I did in the meantime. Um, I don't know. I haven't really decided yet. It probably will be, if I'm really honest. I know you
Okay.
hate it, but there is a in the game I'm looking at. There's a puzzle element,
Oh, okay.
which probably won't be of any interest to you. But
I think my issue with it is I can't really follow it.
well, the good thing about the puzzle is that I have to stop and read it through, and you've got quite a good mind for these things, you see, so you might be able to offer some insight.
Yeah, I mean
You'll
the
you'll
other
have.
Yu-Gi-Oh it was all going so quickly.
Yeah, that's true.
Couldn't really grasp what was going on, and I
Mm,
don't understand the game mechanics. But obviously,
I mean,
so it's just it was just things on the screen for me.
yeah, fair enough. But I like to think that the conversation is a good part of it as well.
Oh no, no, yeah, that's fine. No, like
It's,
no issue.
it's not like I fully
I
comprehended all the mechanics of the game you play, but I certainly see your point. Like it can just be a bit of blur of activity, and you don't really follow any of it.
No, exactly. Like if this other one, from a sounds of it, is going to be a bit slower, I might enjoy it more.
I think you will. There's no guarantee you'll enjoy it at all. But
Hmm.
it's good because there they are. It's good because well, as I say, it's a puzzle thing. So it shows the card text, so you'll know what it does. We'll go through the entire situation, so we'll both be sort of were singing from the same hymn sheet, really.
Hmm.
Uh, justice.
A lot of ash shots again.
Hmm. Now,
Oh well.
I have sort of left my, if I had any sense, I'd have taken the fucking ATV with me.
Yeah,
Hey ho.
you'll be able to follow the Star Trek game.
Yeah, yeah, I
The
will
whole
be.
thing plays out like an episode.
I briefly looked into that. And that's how I knew it was Voyager,
Hmm.
because I had vague recollections of something along those lines, and I thought it was more of a command sim.
No, not
Um,
that one.
so I looked into it, and the first thing I found was a video of people proving, oh look, you can kill Neelix in this,
Yeah,
and
they don't like it if you do,
they got
unless
yeah.
you play the multiplayer.
Well, they went into the canteen, the what do you call it?
The mess.
The mess hall. That's right. And just shot him. And of course, everybody started opening fire.
Hmm.
I like Neelix.
I'm
Well,
indifferent.
at least in latest, I think the stuff with Kez was really misplayed. It is a bit creepy looking back, and he's very possessive. It does make him a
I've
particularly
not seen a massive
likable
amount of
character.
Voyager, so I don't have strong feelings towards any character really.
Right.
Like I've seen individual episodes here and there, and I played the game. Obviously, in fact, I think I've probably spent more time playing the game than I've spent watching the show. I keep
Mm.
meaning to watch it all. I did start it
Yeah,
like
I
properly at
would,
one
I would
point,
watch
but
TNG of all of them. And I know you've seen DS9, although no doubt that was a fucking age ago as well.
Yeah, that was before I moved out.
I love DS9.
I was in college back when I was watching DS9.
Mm.
So because it was showing on CBS
Is that,
Action
is
every night at 8 o'clock.
mm. I watched
And
it on
but it
Netflix.
was preceded by that bloke, the Star Trek nerd that we met, Ronald Davis.
All right, whatever happened to him? Is he still going?
Don't know, but he used to do like a little factoid thing at the start of every episode.
All right.
I mean, we met him, didn't we?
Yeah, you had more to say to him than I did. I like Janeway. That's all really I said. And I hadn't even seen Voyager, and then I watched Voyager, and guess what? Janeway's my favourite captain, despite weird writing issues. Anyway, do you want to? Have you got topics still?
Still got two,
You
but one
still
of them's
got
a bit
those two.
pointless. I've got one. We'll call it one.
What's the one pointless one? Do that one first.
Oh, it's about the post thing, and I can't be asked.
The post.
The post office thing.
Oh, the post office scandal.
Yeah, I can't be asked for it.
Okay, fair enough. I'm assuming it's the fact that Labour's government, Blair knew, or so. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Yeah.
Cameron's government.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, it was that. Like, I thought it was government complicit in Horizon.
As if
But
we didn't
technically,
know
it's
that
not a
already.
comment. No, it's nice to know for sure, isn't it? I guess.
Yeah.
It's like I say, it's not. I can't. It's not really worth talking about
No.
at this
No, I
point.
suppose not.
No, it's about the recently revealed scale of the issue that the Secret Service had with Biden's dog.
Yes, I did see that.
Bit them 24
Yes.
times apparently.
Commander, and that's only the recorded ones.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of them had to be taken to hospital for treatment.
Yes.
From what I gather.
And they got him a little gift package that had like dog treats in it.
So
They had to
it's all
give guidance that put a terrain obstacle between yourself and Commander, I think is the name of the dog.
Yeah, it is.
If anybody else owned that dog, it would have been put down.
Absolutely. I mean, look, you have a few dodgy dogs in this country, and they've banned them, haven't they?
I feel like it's his second dog that he's had trouble with. Whoever he's getting to train these animals.
This is the dog that was no longer allowed near the. It was sent away from the White House about a year ago.
Mm.
So it might be the same one that you're thinking of.
Well, I think it was a different dog under a different name. I have a feeling.
I only remember this one dog, but I mean, I don't follow it that intently. It's only because we were talking about it on Radio 2 when I was eating my lunch. They were talking about problem dogs and dogs that went in the workplace and stuff like that. Whether they should allow dogs in workplaces because some people find it therapeutic. But obviously, other dogs probably aren't suited to it.
Well, our guidance has changed, and they've come down hard on that. We're not allowed dogs or children or babies in the workplace.
We're not allowed children on site, but we have lorries, so that makes a lot of sense.
Well, I think it's harmless.
Well, you say that, but you don't want a kid to knife you. Or an adult for that matter, but
Well, so yeah. Have I missed any of my topics? Big Keith dead. 20 depressing towns. Marvel movies. Pigeon spy. No.
Okay.
Is there a piggy I missed?
Don't know. There's something out there.
Ah!
It's a teeny tiny piggy. Get your shotgun.
Shit.
It's gone.
I'm mercifully. Fuck it. Thank God. Damn it.
Yeah, I don't know what I'll do after the Star Trek game because I don't want to do the second one right away. After the second one's a bit longer, although it has got Picard in it. We do get to choose if we play as a male or female.
Lovely.
And do you know what difference it makes to the game, other than the character look?
Fuck all.
Fuck all. Because your character is called Alex. Alexander or Alexandria.
Mm,
But everyone always calls you Alex. Isn't that clever?
yeah. Okay, well, I guess
I keep.
I missed
I
that
see that
shot.
game.
Oh well.
Yeah, it's a shame that you missed it, but
Yeah.
it did run away from you quite.
If I'd had my shotgun out when it was running towards me, I probably could have fucking brained it.
Yeah, but you know, I do see the Star Trek game on a on list of clever game mechanics,
Oh.
or at least explanations at least. So
Mm.
one of them was one particular video was how video games explained why you're carrying so many weapons.
Mm.
Because you get these video games where you're just an ordinary person or seemingly an ordinary person. You've got 15 guns strapped to you and all different with different ammo types and all that kind of crap, right?
Mm.
Like Fallout. Fallout has so many fucking weapons that you can all carry. And okay, they've got a weight limit, but it doesn't stop you from carrying 15 fucking hunting rifles.
Or GTA is another good example.
Yeah, exactly. Well, what they do in that one, in the Star Trek game, is your weapon is stored inside a transporter buffer.
Oh, you got like a little pocket universe, I guess.
Basically, yeah. And there is an animation of you withdrawing it from the little pocket that you've got
Ugh.
with the noise as it beams in and out.
Mm.
So it's still a little like it's an in-law explanation.
Well, it's something. Yeah, I mean, I think
Hmm.
the suspension of disbelief and all, and I would argue it probably creates more problems than it solves. The idea,
Well, potentially.
you know.
We know that there are in episode. I can't remember what series it is. But I know there is an episode where they talk about people being stored in a transporter buffer
Yeah,
for a
that's
long period of time.
Relics. It's a TNG episode where Scotty from the original series is found in a ship having. There was an emergency of some sort, and he figured out that the best way to avoid dying was to store himself within the transporter buffer, and
Hmm.
they bring him out, and he struggles to adapt to. Well, everybody he knows when Spock's still alive, but a lot of what he knows is gone, and
So he blows his brains out.
no. He goes on the holodeck on the original Enterprise, which was actually like a fan recreation that they borrowed.
Hmm.
Uh, and he has a drink of scotch and he talks to Picard about it, and then he
Blows his brains out.
no, they give him a shuttlecraft and he just sort of potters on off into the universe.
Oh.
I don't know where he goes. It's always weird in that episode.
Someone would have written it.
Oh god, yeah, he probably. I mean, going to see Spock is probably like the main thing. They could have given him a lift back to Earth. I always found it
Well,
weird how
they're boldly going.
well, I always found it weird how disrespectful they were to to Scotty. Like he said with the living legend James Kirk. Why isn't everybody sitting around asking him to tell him stories of you know the the time they beat Khan?
Well, probably because I've already heard the story from Spock.
Possibly. Or maybe nobody gives two shits for the engineer. Probably more likely.
Have you seen that meme about they're talking about the original series and O'Brien's like, well, I was in it.
Yeah, I saw that on Reddit too.
Yeah.
He was in it. It's a very
well,
good episode. Trials and Tribulations, I think it's called, isn't it?
Well, Worf was also in it.
Worf is all.
And Picard was also in it. No,
Picard?
Picard wasn't. It was Cisco, wasn't it? Sorry.
Yeah, Cisco was in it. Picard wasn't, but yeah, you're right. Worf was in it. In fact, the actor who played Worf was in Star Trek 6, playing a Klingon judge or a Klingon
Oh, really?
Lawyer or something,
Hmm.
who was either representing or attacking Bones and Kirk.
Hang on a
He
minute.
was playing
Quick question.
an ancestor of Worf. Yeah,
Does that Star Trek episode Relic? Did you say
Relics.
it's
Yeah,
called? Yeah. Does that take place before or after Generations?
before I think. I don't
Okay.
know. I
Just
really,
because obviously they're involved. There's a crossover there in the film, isn't there?
yeah, that was stupid. I hate the TNG movies, really. I do.
You know.
I just think. I wonder if that's the same one. TNG didn't need movies. That series has a perfect ending with Picard joining the poker game. The original series got cancelled, so it didn't have an ending, and so it needed. The films were a good summary, and frankly, Star Trek Six, which is my second favorite Star Trek film, um, is a really fucking good ending. You know, you got all the cast signing their names. They have one last spin of the Enterprise. They're at peace with the Klingons. Kirk has sort of, put his own feelings to one side for the greater good. Um, it's a great ending, and then they bring him back and dump a bridge on him, and it's just like, fuck, you don't need to do this. This is tedious.
You know, it brings the old school fans into it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. And Gene had probably died by then.
Oh yeah, Gene Roddenberry died in like 89, 90, like early
You
into
know.
TNG. Why TNG was better. Like I love Gene Roddenberry for that original vision, and it is a great vision. But it was sort of maybe a bit too old school with stuff.
Mm.
Um, you know,
It's but in a way, you're
you
not going to
needed
get
to
it.
take that vision and bring it into the modern world a bit more.
Mm.
You know, I love Star Trek. I think it's a force for good, but these things need to be updated and changed regularly.
I keep thinking about maybe watching Enterprise again because I remember seeing that when it was new.
Mm.
Like the others, I didn't see any of it. The others were very new, but Enterprise I did.
Mm.
But I wonder if that's mostly just because I quite fancy Jolene Blalock.
Uh, wonder
So
how many things you miss because all the women are ugly in it. You ever think about that?
I mean, ugly is such a subjective term,
Mm.
and just because I don't fancy someone doesn't mean I think they're ugly. I
Mm.
don't fancy you, but I don't think you're ugly.
Oh.
I know it.
Yeah.
I'm joking. It was an opportunity to kick you whilst you were in a good mood. I
Mm.
don't think you're an ugly person, you know.
Good.
Plus, I'd have to see the thing in the first place to know if I thought someone was ugly or not.
Mm.
You know, I would say that the people in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia are ugly people, but not ugly physically, ugly mentality.
Mm.
I'm on season 3 of that already.
They're good.
I'm enjoying it. Yeah,
Okay.
they did something clever with the last one I watched. I was watching it when you were messaging me asking
If your
if washing
washing
machine had
machine had
finished.
finished, yeah.
Because just because I figured I got to do something whilst I wait, and they were talking about how the premise is that they wanted to become famous, and some of them were trying to do it by going to clubs, and some of them were doing it by trying to make a public access TV show.
Mm.
And Frank, played by DeVito, joined the TV crew side of things because how can anyone possibly get hurt doing something like that? And then the title card comes up.
Frank gets hurt.
Frank sets fire to D.
Yes, they always
Like,
do great title card jokes, don't they?
mm. So yeah, that just it tickled me a little bit. In fact, I actually, because I was multitasking, I didn't actually see the title card, but I knew what the episode was called. So I heard the title music, and I was like, okay, they've done that joke there.
Yeah.
That's cleverly done. So.
No, I reckon we're getting pretty close to wrapping this up.
Yeah, I would say.
Unfortunately, I haven't shown you
It's
a
5 past
line.
midnight.
Oh gosh, we were well over. Right, is there anything living down there I can shoot? Probably not. No. Hey ho. Uh, Well, I would like to show you a line, but you know what? We definitely have been running for a while on this, I think.
I'd be interested to know how long it is when you finished.
Yeah, I think we started this at a little over 9, something like that, partway through, past 9 o'clock, 9:30, something like that.
We did
So,
not start doing this video at 9:30.
did we not?
No, not a chance in hell. Because what time was that? Maybe 10:30. But I'd be surprised if it was.
Well, regardless.
It definitely wasn't before 10, and I'd be inclined to think it's closer to 10:30.
We've this is actually, I wouldn't mind sleeping in here, but lions about, that's a bit scary, isn't it? Yeah. So we'll call it here. So thank you very much for joining us, and we'll reiterate for the third time this week.
Leave a fucking comment.
Yeah, go on, just ask us a question.
Even if you think we're shit, just tell us, right? Because
Yes.
at least then it's something that we can talk about.
If you ask a question, we guarantee we will answer it in the next video. We absolutely
as we said last time, we're not measuring our dicks.
No. Good night.
I mean, unless.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.